train. Third degree SB on site. Yeah. We about to do it to y'all. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
We came to blow your mind.
One time, 2 times, 3 times. Yeah.
We came to blow your mind.
3 times, 2 times, 1 time. Mic check. What's good? What's
going on, brother?
Man, it's been a long day. Mama Tucker, I see you. How you doing?
What up, my dudes?
Man, so I had to apologize for yesterday, y'all. We had to end the live a little bit early. I had meetings and obligations and stuff I had to attend to. And just as I was doing it, the conversation was getting really good. But then we had to put a toothpick in it, and we had to cancel it. So now we decided, hey, you know what? Because we love y'all so much and because the conversation was getting kind of good, you know, we decided to have a after hours, after party type of thing, you know, to continue on from where we left off. You know, we nothing really too formal. We're here. We're gonna. I got my apple juice. I mean, so
great show,
man. How you doing, Quez?
Hey man, I'm good, brother. I can't complain. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I was tired. I was nodding off all today when I'm like, you know, I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So,
hey, I took a nap, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate the power of a nap, baby.
Oh, man, adoration. We see y'all. And for those who are watching, thank you. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. Make sure you hit the like and the share button. Make sure even if you're on YouTube, you can comment. You know, we're going to see it. Everybody can see it. I'll show you a little example right here. Boom. So, you know, we doing a little bit big.
There you go.
So, again, if you guys come on, make sure you guys, I got ground rules, and I have to probably repeat them again. If you come on camera, make sure you got your headphones on because sometimes we get mad feedback. Make sure you're in a nice, quiet spot. We don't want to hear no paper tearing. We don't want to hear no ice clinking. We don't want to hear people in the background screaming and bloody murder. Try to get to a nice, quiet spot. We're trying to be presentable. We want to use this on YouTube, on Facebook, get the clicks and everything. What's another thing I want to say? Oh, yeah, just make sure you keep the camera on. Keep it nice, respectful. If you want to come in, if you want to be a guest, just put the number 3 in the comment section. We'll find a way to shoot you a link so you can come on and be a part of the show. Remember, tonight is a open mic cipher. So we're going to continue on from where we last left off last night. But it's going to be an open mic to where y'all can talk about anything. You see anything in the media, however you're feeling, something you want to get off your chest. Just say, hey, I need to speak. I need to bust a rhyme or something. You know what I'm saying? And we can just go ahead and we can have fun tonight. It's just an uninformal show, you know, from our usual Fridays.
Yes.
Man.
Right. I'm making sure I'm getting all the news out. I'm sorry.
I feel it. Make sure you hit the like and share button. Oh yeah. Also, too, if you come on the camera, it's going to ask you to share your destinations. We made it to where you can share on Facebook, you can share on YouTube, you can share on LinkedIn, you can share on Twitter. I think you can even share on TikTok. So make sure you share this because, again, the more viewers, the more likes and stuff. We're trying to grow this platform up. And the best way that you can support is just by sharing and liking and spreading the word. Free 99. That's all you got to do.
Right. Cost you nothing. I all love free. We love free too.
Right. Melvin, we see Melvin. Good shit. Let's hear what the people want. You better bring your.
We want
you back on here, man.
Yeah, that's what the people want you on camera, Melvin. That's what they want. Sir Toes.
Melvin. MC Toes. We're gonna bring Adoration on. You know, she's been doing it live from like Thailand and Dubai and Timbuktu, the outskirts of the world. You know what I'm saying? She's dedicated, so we appreciate her dedication. Welcome to the stage, Miss Adoration.
Hello. I did not know we were doing it today. I just got the link, and so I was like, Sunday morning. So excuse my bonnet, because I was repeating.
Melvin says, passport girl.
Listen,
now your bonnet's okay. We ain't gonna show this to Monique. You good?
That's who I am.
Man, you silly, bro.
Certified passport girl.
Yep.
Nah, it's a good look.
Man, so how's your day going so far?
I mean, I just been chilling. I went to bed. I got home late from my sister's place and just cleaned, and then I was chilling as if I was doing nothing today. Like, I was doing nothing. I was playing games online. Then you shoot me the thing, and I'm like, I didn't get this notification.
It's something that we talked about. We talked about it last night. Like, okay, should we do it?
Right.
Then, we got on this morning and we were having a powwow. Like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it.
Let's do it. Hey, why not? Why not?
Yeah, man.
Why not? I had some things to say yesterday anyway that I didn't get a chance to say. So.
And this is what this is for today. I like that.
With the neck rolls, we see
with the neck roll. You ain't grow up in the States, but she grew up with the States. You know what I'm saying?
Today.
She got the bonnet.
Yeah.
And I just discovered bonnets like late in my life because I start watching social media. I'm like, that's the move. See.
Oh man.
I was living on Thailand products. I didn't understand how to do the black hair thing. We just wore our hair in afros over here. I didn't know any of the hair stuff that we do in America. We was just
you a foreign girl too. We also got another person to the stage we are going to add on. Miss Tisha is in the house. My fellow Sagittarius.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
That's good.
How you doing? I missed y'all yesterday.
Yeah,
we missed you too.
You were missed as well.
Thank you.
As well. You know what I mean?
Melvin Brett bring his ass on here.
I know you can come on, yes.
Because he's part of the reason why. He's part of the reason why we're here.
Yeah,
we see me in Melvin mode.
The after party. What up, D?
Nothing we be saying in the beginning. How you doing? Can you hear D?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, D.
Hey.
Where are you at? Timbuktu?
Almost home. I'm charging at a station right now.
Charging?
Oh, car charging. Okay.
So,
you have an electric car?
Electric car.
Okay.
So
wow.
I was able to log on right now.
Big baller shot caller.
Is everybody here now?
Everybody's from Melvin.
The one that dropped the bomb and then now he
ain't picking up the mic. That's what I'm saying. Melvin better bring his ass all up in here. Melvin, you were the reason why could nobody wait till Friday. You know what I'm saying? We had to come back in. We had to do an after hours after party thing in the open mic. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm ready. Got my glass.
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. So part of where we left off yesterday, we were talking about the social media ruined relationships. Also, we had got into a little clip about, F boys, entitlement. And part of the clip, I guess this woman was saying something about single mothers and blah, 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 blah. Also, again, remember, keep your headphones on, hit the like and share button. I want to see pretty much, if you are our 3 center, you come through and you mess with us, hit the like and share button, spread the word, trying to make this platform grow. That's how you become part of a team. But we're going to show the clip that kind of stirred up the pot yesterday, and we want y'all 3 cents. So feel free. Remember, if you want to come on camera, shoot us the 3. We'll see you. We'll get you in here. But here goes the clip that kind of set it off yesterday.
Going downtown.
Oh, go ahead.
He is trying to see me, and trying to see me, and trying to say what's up.
Well, this looks like the next group of kids that will be reading below grade level, that won't be making the math scores, that will be saying, they can't, the tests are too racist, they can't meet the requirements. Well, it's because you all are filling them with foolishness at such a young age. A lot of people had problems with the teacher, but this isn't as much the teacher's problem as it is the parent's problem. And I would go as far as to say the single mama mama's problem, because y'all are the ones raising these kids, because you keep having them with Tyrone and Pookie, and you're doing a terrible job. So I'm going to put this with the parents. It starts there.
Mm, mm, mm. She tried to blame the single moms.
Jesus.
Smell smoke.
You know, I don't necessarily agree with that. You know, I was pretty much saying that, F boys come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. One parent household, 2-parent household. I think part of the thing is, and part of the reason why we have a lot of F boys is because we have parents, whether it be a mother or father, kind of coddling some of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And they're not really holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing with my moms I appreciate was if I did good, she let me know. But if I effed up, then she would let me know. And she would hold me accountable to my end. And even though she was a single mother, I had my grandfather, and that's the one thing he said, it's okay to make mistakes. You're going to make them. But the first thing you have to do is acknowledge that you made them and just, go from there and try to do better. Acknowledge it, ask for forgiveness, and try to work on yourself and do better the next time. Try to think. Yeah. But I don't get why people are blaming single mothers these days. What are your guys' takes? Well, I'm going to shoot Mama Tucker the link. Tanisha was good with you. Kira was good with you.
What's going on? What's going on, people? So who wants to kick off the festivities? Because
Me.
The one
I
with
was
no
waiting
kids.
for 24 hours.
The one with no kids.
Listen, no
It's okay.
kids. I have to say
Tread-
this. Listen,
tread
with
lightly.
no kids and
Tread
raised
lightly.
by 2 parents, this is what I
Tread
have to
lightly.
say about people who bash single mothers.
Okay.
I think a guy said it once. And here's my problem with this. It's almost like you're blaming someone for stepping up and doing a job that someone else refused to help with. And then you're bashing them for doing, I would say a great job. Let me be honest, because we talk down our Black community a lot. We talk about the bad statistic a lot. What we don't talk about is that Black men and women are at the top of the class everywhere. This is what we don't talk about. They're receiving scholarships in droves. We don't hear about Black kids shooting up schools. So if it was an epidemic of single mothers having to raise our last generation because whatever, then they did an exceptional job, especially compared to our other counterparts from other races in the country. So for me, it boils my blood so much. And then people are like, oh, well, you didn't have a single mother, so you can't have a take on it. I'm like, no. I had both parents in the household. And yet people who were raised by single mothers and me, same grades, same discipline, same this, same that. We're both just as intelligent. And so when people come down, and I think a guy said it, because we did, and this is no knock even on, let's just say the father. I don't know a lot of the father situations. Everybody has their story. But let's just say we all know about the war on drugs, where a lot of Black men are thrown in jail for no reason. And let's say the woman had to pick it up and raise the kids by themselves. I don't know everybody's particular situation, but he said to come out. This is what the guy said on the video. I don't have the video. I wish I had it. To come out and then to blame the people who had to pick up the pieces and make it work and figure it out. It's just down low. And I don't think it really has to do with the actual people rather than the narrative that was created around us. Because what I understand and I know all around the world, it's not just in America, believe me, is that people learn these things, these narratives, this fake reality about Black Americans, and it's always bad. Every Black American woman, everybody consider, oh, she must be a hoe. Oh, he must be a deadbeat. I'm like, where'd y'all get that from? When Black men statistically spend, like, I think somebody mentioned that the other day, spend more time with their kids than other races. When Black women, one guy said it straight up. He's like, from what I see about Black women are real wives. He's like, these are women who, whether the man is there or not, will take care of their children. And believe me, I told you, I live abroad. It is not like that everywhere. Most people are like, whoa, I don't have a rich husband that's going to be able to take care of me. Oh, that's abortion immediately. And I'm like, well, why? You can take care of your own kid. And they're like, no. I'm like, well, why? Listen. And so I'm so tired. My blood, when the lady said that, my blood just started boiling. And I was just like, And I was waiting from yesterday. And
all
Mel
of
would
our
start saying
blood.
that stuff, and I've seen those statistics. But like Dee said, these statistics, you can't really believe them because think about it. How many kids do you actually see growing up with single dads? Not a lot. But you see a lot with single moms, right? So you take, let's say, 70% of people with single parents, but probably 70 to 80% of people with single parents, right, are with single mothers, right? So then you say the majority of them are the ones in jail. Well, it doesn't make any sense because, of course, let's say there's 5 people that went to jail. Probably one is one of them that grew up with like 10 to 20% of single fathers, and the rest of them with single mothers. But it still doesn't proportion out. It doesn't make any sense. If y'all understand what I'm saying. You understand?
Now, we hear what you're saying. We hear definitely. Hold on one second. No. I get it. You know, you're going on your third dollar.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? You holding on
that. I'm mad. Okay, that's it.
That's all good. First we got to acknowledge we got T in the house. How you doing? Please make sure that you got your headphones on. You know, we don't want no get on this. Or give us a good mic check real quick.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yes.
All right, yeah, you sound good. Sound good. Mama Tucker, we see you. How you doing? Can we get a quick mic check?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
All right.
Oh, we can hear you perfectly. You sound
Look at
good.
my mama.
Mama Tucker, what would you like to say?
I am coming on here as a single mom. My son up there to my left, Marquez Enlightened Knights Miller. I take offense to the single mama thing because I've raised 4 beautiful offspring, 2 kings and 2 queens, and my kids are doing very well. Have they been perfect all their lives? Nope. Have I been perfect all my life? Nope. But if you got a good foundation, it don't matter if you're single. There's people that are married. Their kids is building bombs in the bedroom. You gonna open the door while you up in my house. I'm gonna know all the goings on up in my domain. So again, I just want to give a shout out to my son Marquez A. Miller, because he is my firstborn, my offspring, and my lineage, my DNA, my heritage. All right.
That's right.
I just had to get on here and give a little
Tucker.
lifting up for those folks that's trying to tear a single mother down. It shan't be over him.
But Mama Tucker, what do you think that a single father can take better care than a single mother?
I mean, my son has been a single father as well. I mean, he's been co-parenting before he got with his new queen. So again, it just depends on the upbringing. Kids can be brought up well and still go astray. But if you build a solid foundation, they may stray, they'll come back. You just have to definitely keep prayer. Stay on your knees. I done had on my knees and on my elbows looking like Brown. The ash marks was there at times. But for real,
Stay on my knees.
on my knees. Got to pray them demon spawns up out of there. But yeah, I mean, people's social media is just folks with tongues on their fingers typing, don't know what's going on. They ain't in the situation and they just out there typing. Like I said, they got tongues on their fingers, just putting they 4 cents in, not they 3, but they 4 cents in. Not making no sense.
Thank you, Mama Tucker. T, how you doing? We got the infamous MC Toe.
You can go and dip me out.
There we go.
You want to get dipped out? You want to get okay?
Hey, look, she dropped her bomb and she ready to go. Bye, Mom.
And she ready to go. Yep.
I'm ready. I'm on the night on the town. My son, I'm gonna get in the car and go do what I do.
Man, you gotta have to back in the house. It's 10:30. Where you go? Where you go?
This might be a discussion we don't need to be.
Right. Yeah. You know what, Mama Tucker? We appreciate you.
Yes. I appreciate you guys as well.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Man. So we got the culprit in the house tonight, the one who started all this, Mr. MC Toes himself. How you doing, brother?
Melvin.
Mo gang or don't bang. Mo gang or don't bang.
Right.
So Melvin, I'm gonna need you to elaborate further. Stand on your business. Stand on your business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, what I was saying earlier is, according to all the statistics that happens, it's not the single mothers. They're heroes. They're in the struggle. I'm not pointing fingers at them, but I'm saying the symptom of their struggle is passes down to the children. Because if you're working 3 jobs to support yourself for rent, food, and your children, how attentive are you to the children? Are you going? Not everybody can go to all their school events. Not everybody can go to help them with their homework. Not everybody could be there and discourage them from going to their friends, like going to a negative friendship. And then you have the psychological factor too. Kids that are raised by single mothers are prone to more suicidal thoughts and suicide, prone to alcohol abuse, substance abuse, drug abuse, and it's just those are the studies. Don't blame. I'm not blaming the mothers. They're great mothers there, and there's shit mothers too. They're just people. But according to the structure and everything else that the study provides, the methodology, single mothers are less likely to raise productive members of society. And that's I'm not saying I'm not attacking single mothers. I'm saying that is what it is. How often do you hear, oh, if there was a dad in the house, my kid wouldn't be doing this. If my kid's running the street because his dad's not around, his dad's not doing this, his dad would beat his ass. He's hanging out with those people because his dad can't straighten them out. There, we always hear daddy issues. We don't hear mommy issues because they're clinging to their mom, but they're longing for their dad, and so that creates a problem too.
I hear you. Does anybody want to rebut or got anything for that? Or
I'm going to have to, when we talk about statistical data, because I see all the faces when we talk about statistical data. Statistical data is compiled by people who are going out doing researches in certain areas and certain neighborhoods and certain dynamics, and they're taking polls and they're learning about a certain demographic. So statistical data is not fake. It's not a lie. It's just that it could sometimes be biased if you understand how it's going. So to be like, well, no, statistical data is wrong and I don't believe in statistical data. Statistical data is definitely true. Someone went out and did the research and that's what they found. Now, how it could be biased is, let's say they only researched the Black community, the poor community, where there's a lot of single mothers in there. That's when it becomes biased. Mm-hmm. And these people who are saying it's like this woman right here, she had me all the way up until how it's a single mother problem. Just because they go and find this data and they use it to back their narrative. That's what it is. So I look at it as, why are you getting so upset and why you want to take a person's head off if you're not meeting that narrative? If you are a good mother who is taking care of your kids and making sure your kids are going to school and making sure they're doing everything they're doing and productive citizens in the society, then that don't fit you. You are one of the ones that are not part of that group. So you have to see it as that way. Also, too, the results can be triggered. The results can be switched around, like I said earlier, to meet the narrative. So you have to see it with an open mind that this is, yes, it's statistical data. Yes, it might be true for a certain amount of people. And then when you question as, well, who did you research? Mm-hmm. What dynamics did you go to? Is it the Black community? Is it the white community? Is it Hispanics? Or did you just fully just stay in the Black community, in this poor community where you do see a lot of people on drugs, mothers are not taking care of their kids and things like that. So that's how statistical data works. I had to do it when I was doing my master's degree. You pick an area, you research it, and you can do multiple areas and you compare the data, and that's how you come up with an answer. Yeah. So that's how that works.
Hold on one second. Toothpick real quick. Shout out to Cynthia. Mm-hmm. I see you. Cynthia says those might be statistics, but that doesn't make the single moms at fault. They're doing what exactly you have to do as a single mom. The fathers that aren't doing their job need to step it up. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
I
yeah.
totally
Okay,
agree.
and my thing is
I
also too,
agree with
why
that.
focus? I'm not focused. I agree too, and I'm not focused on all single mothers. She lost me with that. What
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, oh, you're a single mother, you must be a poor mother. No, it's the quality of the parents that are creating this dynamic of children.
Exactly.
That's where I'm
Mhm.
at. So it doesn't matter if it's a single mother or a single father. If you're the person that's just drilling all this negativity in your child and your child's not being productive, that's the parent's fault. And this is coming
Yeah.
from a person with 2 parents, no kids. That's how I see it. So that's
And
my 3 cent on
Yeah.
I
that.
got
I
a
might
quick
have more a
question.
little later.
I got a quick question.
Go
yeah.
ahead.
When's the last time any of us participated in any of these studies?
Well,
Ooh.
if the
I'm just
studies,
asking, like
no,
for
no,
reference for my
Mhm.
statistics.
it
Just
depends
because,
on the studies. Like if you're
no, I want to
It
prove a
depends on the
point. Like
studies.
if you're
when
depending
it
on the
comes,
studies, like if you're talking about alcohol abuse, they'll pull people that actually go to outpatient. If you're talking about suicidal thoughts, they'll
Mhm.
go to hospitals, and the data
right?
there, and so
Mhm.
and in the Black community where we don't like to go to therapy, we don't like to go to do a lot of things, so the data is going to be off in some regards, and
Well,
so
I was just
Right.
asking for us here, like, because
oh,
I want to, like, before we
it
have
depends
this
on what
argument,
I've done a
I
lot.
think it's
Mhm.
fair to state that most of us haven't participated in,
Oh,
Well, I
I've
whether
done
it
a
have.
be the
lot of
I
single
have.
parent,
rules for politics.
double
I've done a
parent
lot for
household.
politics.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Mhm.
I'm statistically, most of us don't participate in these
Yeah.
studies.
I
Just to
can
be
agree with
fair,
you with
right?
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's all I
Mhm.
want to say. Like, just so
Yeah.
when we talk from our place of understanding, majority of the time we are the exceptions to the rule because
Mhm.
these people aren't walking around our neighborhoods or where
Yeah.
we're
Agreed.
specifically at to ask us these
Yeah.
Mhm.
questions. We just see the
Yes.
data
Agreed.
later. That's all I wanted to make
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
a
I agree
direction
And
with
then
to.
in
Quez.
the, I agree with you 100%. And also, if you're reading the researches, if you're actually reading the research that is coming out in these journals, if you read the whole thing and not just the percentages, it'll tell you where they did the research. They will tell you what nationalities they pulled. They will give you all that back. And when you read, you just can't read the statistical data. You have
Yeah.
to read
Exactly.
everything so you'll
It's
know
the
what neighborhoods they polled and all that. So
Mhm.
I want to touch
methodology
bases on
behind.
that. One second. I want to touch bases on that
Yes.
because I work for the school district and a lot of people, especially African Americans, like they say we don't want to fill stuff out. That is also including in some of the statistics that come out. And what we do,
absolutely.
y'all don't need to know this, y'all don't need to know that. So then part of the statistics stuff is all thrown together because nobody wants to fill it out and actually be like, we have stuff where it says, what's your income? What's this? What's that? You don't fill it out, they're going to automatically put whatever they want to put on there because that's what we're allowing them to do. And we always send stuff out and then the parents just throw it in the trash. They don't want to do it. So we can't really get a good actual statistic on anything when it comes down to African Americans. When I do the paperwork, a whole bunch of white people, I don't want to say it like that, Caucasian, Asian, all of it come back, but it's like pulling teeth to get African Americans to fill it out. Like y'all don't understand what comes. Let me just rephrase it. Some people don't understand, like when we get stuff like this from schools, what it will do. Just like when it comes down to voting, some people just don't want to vote. You know, it all comes into certain things when it comes down to things that we have to fill out. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Not realizing what it can do for our community. Period. Point blank and simple. That's all I have to say on that part.
Yeah, because a lot of funding comes from that data that they collect for the schools.
Yep.
A lot of funding, programs that are created, all of that. And I used to work at anyway, I used to work somewhere where we would collect that data to know how to give, public funds and to how to assist the homeless and things like that. So all that is documentation. And you're right. It was hard to get some of us to fill out that document because you just being too nosy. Why you want to be all in my business? But that's how some of these programs are created because we need to know how many people need the programs. And so on,
Yeah.
and we can't do that without that data. So it can be
Yeah.
both ways. Data can be skewed to be bad and to represent a bad narrative, but it can also do a good thing too. So
And
it
also,
just all
sorry
depends
to
on
cut
how
you
it's
off,
being
Allison.
used. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I was gonna say also, it wasn't like getting fathers off the hook for not being there for their kid. So that's what I was saying. It's not the single mothers. I'm not attacking single mothers because we don't know why the dad's not there. Why your father's not there? Did he just dip out? Did he just
Right.
be a deadbeat? Then he is contributing to the problem. And the person that is actually in the struggle is getting the blame. That's why I said it's not the single mother's fault. But the statistics are when this is the scenario, you're raised this way, this is what typically happens or can have a higher probability to happen. So don't knock on single
Exactly.
mothers because the deadbeat dads out there that didn't want to be in their kid's life are just as much to blame in that scenario.
Agreed.
Facts.
True.
But the video left
Kia
that
Brooms,
part out.
word.
Of course,
Kia-
because social media is trying to push a narrative. That's why they want the women, the black man and the black woman to be always constantly going against each other. That's why we have this. I'm not dating nobody that's gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory. He used to make this much because we're constantly battling, and you see it every single day on social media. You know that little video right there that triggered a lot of single moms, and it's a lot of single dads out there who take care of their kids. And guess what? Instead of saying, yeah, we're out here trying to change that narrative, now they're battling against each other. This is all a narrative to keep us going at each other. So that's why no one's going to come out and say the truth.
Yeah, you point blame at one
Go ahead,
person
Melvin.
and then you point blame at one person and then leave the other person hanging like, oh, well, deadbeat dads are the fault. Oh, no, it's the single mothers. In actuality, it's the whole parenting structure and how we...
Hold on one sec. Toothpick in that toothpick. All right. D, I see you. You got something to say? You want to add your 3 cents?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute that mic. D, come on. We waiting on you.
It's just like you guys say, no disrespect, but it's like it's people talking that's not single mothers, and when you're not in that position, it's a touchy subject. It really is. When you've been trying to raise your child and do that, you very, very have to be very careful when you step on toes and you say, well, it's not nothing, no dig on you, but it's still a dig because you stand together as single mothers. We can't get black folks to stand together as it is. Only very, they do it for a small minimum time. But when it comes to the single mothers, there's something about that I don't think, unless you've been a single mother, and a man can't be a single mother, and my son ain't never had suicidal. My son, what else did you say? You said alcoholism and all that. No, that does not. And yeah, they may go to certain areas or they do their survey or they do whatever, but I've always been, you don't listen to what other people say in the street. You do as you can do. Your best or whatever. Just like when they say, oh, well, the black men are no good and this and that. Yeah, half of them probably aren't. But when it's black women, we're supposed to stand and say, oh, we're not going to listen to the media say nothing about our black men. But when we sit back and we listen to them say statistics about our black single women, mothers, then that's a problem for me. And it don't sit too well because it shouldn't even be said that a father can do better than mother, because half of these dads ain't around because that's just how they roll. We don't know how they are until you get with them and then you find out that they no good or they only about themselves. Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, there is no way. And to say that the father should be in the home because the dad can straighten them out. My son more scared of me than he was of his dad. Even to this day, at 34 years old, he's still scared of me more than his father.
I'm still scared of my mom.
Exactly. See what I mean?
So I'm 6 something, man. I'm still scared of my mom. She hit like a damn dude.
Exactly.
The only problem I have there is that you're taking it personal, D, and I'm not digging at you.
I'm supposed to take it personal when we're talking about a topic that I fall under. I can't turn my head.
But you're the exception.
I'm gonna ignore the rest of the
exception.
But listen to what I'm saying. But listen to what I'm saying. When you might have people in this audience right now that might be a single mom and they're just starting out to be a single mom by themselves. And then they think like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to really raise my child right or because of what people saying. And they say, no, it's not about that. So it's like, it's not about me turning a blind eye. It's still me to stay and uplift them and let them know I've been through that. You can still go through. Don't worry about what this is being said over here. This is what you can look forward to. This is what you achieve and you strive for. That's what I do. I'm not going to turn my back. And just like if you guys see a black brother down, you're not going to say, well, I've already been through that. And I don't fall in that category. I got a job, this and that.
Hey, Queen
You
D,
can't
Queen
turn
D,
your head.
Queen D, I love you, but
Okay.
I mean, I've heard some women, you know, they call us us men who are raised by single mothers. They call us modern men, and so when we have that saying of well, you know, if you can do it, if my mom can do it, then you can do it. There are women who don't like that. So I hear what you're saying about trying to motivate,
Right.
and we're reaching out because this is the platform. But then when certain people, certain women start making these excuses and start saying like, well, I can't do it because of da 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 da. But then if let's just say, you know, my mom has 6 kids and she did it, or if I know somebody with 10 kids and they did it, and so the question poses to the person, well, how come you can't do it? You know,
Okay, let me give
certain
you an
women don't like to hear
example.
that.
Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a woman right now watching this. Let's just say, and she's young and she's thinking about going and being on her own, raise her kids without this sorry dude. Okay, let's say she's thinking about that. But now that we hear like, oh, we need to have a father in the home because this and that, now she might have to feel like she needs to stay. And you know, just how we say that some things can turn other people to follow, you know, like when we talked about other topics, she can think like, well, now I need to probably stay in this so my child don't commit suicide and so my child don't be doing this and that. You see what I'm saying? It's a very
But
touchy subject. And okay,
Okay,
that's all right. Go
so
ahead. Go ahead.
I agree to you in some respect, but it's like for the trans community, trans kids have a higher likelihood of committing suicide. We know that. So if you're a parent to a trans child, you're going to look for the signs of being bullied. You're going to look for the signs of those suicidal thoughts. It's not that they're a bad parent that their kid wants to kill themselves. It's just what the person and the kid goes through. And you can't take it. I'm not blaming you saying, "Oh, you're a bad single mother" or anything like that. And I never, when people talk about, "Oh, well, deadbeat dad's not there. Dad's not showing emotion," because I don't fall into this category. It's about me. That's about something else. Speak to
I want to
parents that
say
are
this.
there.
I just want to say this real quick because I mean, if we're really out here trying to help single mothers, in that whole narrative, wouldn't the more responsible message be choose your partners wisely?
Yes.
Don't have kids before marriage, or you know, or sort of, because I don't like the whole, you know, traditional you shouldn't have kids before marriage, but I'm just saying if why aren't we advocating for the fact of
Knowing who you're fucking.
stopping you from becoming a single mother to begin with? Now, I'm all for championing that. I came from that. But in the same aspect, that doesn't make it right. Like, we shouldn't be out here championing, like, yeah, single mothers do such a great job, when the problem is, why are there single mothers? Like, we glossed over the whole point. Like, we need to focus on how do we stop women from becoming single mothers to begin with? You know what I mean? Whether it be on us as men, you know what I mean? Because there is a heavy factor into that. So teaching your sons about, you know, going out and having unprotected sex and creating these children that they're not ready to take care of, right? And also talking to these young ladies by giving up your bodies, you know what I mean, to somebody who's undeserving, and then you're stuck in a predicament for the rest of your life because you made a bad decision. So I mean, I hear what you're saying as far as, you know, you taking it personal and that type of thing. But I think the more responsible message, instead of going so gung ho about single moms do this and single moms do that compared to single dads and this, that, and the third, like let's focus the message on why are we having so many single mothers in our community and how do we fix it?
Yeah.
That's the more responsible.
But you also have to look at the fact that there's people that get married and have kids and still end up being a single parent. So you got to look at that as well.
Exactly.
And then also you could be in a relationship thinking that everything is going to be good, and then it's not. You know, people have been there. Don't get me wrong. You pick the wrong people. Sometimes it just is what it is. But you can sit there and be with people for a long time. We've already seen people been with somebody for a long ass time, end up being a single parent. And I'm saying it from my perspective because I am a true fledged single parent. I was not expecting to be a single parent by myself. I didn't want money from him. I just wanted him to be physically there, emotionally there, and mentally there for my child. Fuck the money. He's my friend. Bump the money. I didn't care about that. I just wanted everything else. I said, but did I expect that? No, that's what he chose. If he called today, here you go. If my son want to talk to him, he talk to him. If he don't, that's on his choice. I let him see what's going on around me. Period, point blank and simple. But we can't sit here and say just why. Yes, there's people out here, some females that just going out there raw, doing whatever they do to get pregnant or whatever. And I do feel that there's enough contraceptives out here. At the end of the day, I decided to keep my child. I don't believe in abortion. That's just me, unless somebody get raped. But that's just my opinion. If you got to do it, you got to do it. But that's my choice. That was my opinion. I have a straight up, you know what? Y'all already know. We already talked about it a few times. But at the same time, did I choose that? Did I expect that? No. 9 times out of 10, half of us single parents did not expect what we got. You got I said, you got the ones that are married and still didn't expect. Okay, well, now that we're not together, you don't want to take care of your child. That's not how it works.
Right.
This whole time I was married. But yet still, now that we're not married, you can't take care of your child. We have all of that. And did they expect that? No, because now we got a divorce. And now I have to be a single parent because he doesn't want to sit there and do what he got to do as a father. And I can tell you just from my experience, I didn't expect half of the shit that I'm dealing with. Or, excuse my French, half of the stuff that I'm dealing with right now. I don't know if we're allowed to cuss now, so let me, my bad.
Let it go.
That's after hours after party. You know, we can do what the funk we want to do around here.
Well, then there we go. And I do agree with me at certain aspects of it, because when it comes down to talking about a single parent, I have been in positions where I'm like, don't tell me I'm a bad parent. Don't tell me I'm this when you're not in my damn shoes. Period, point blank and simple. You're not paying my bills. You're not taking care of him. You're not taking him to school or leaving work when you got to make sure he goes to doctor's appointments. You can just do this as talk. You don't need to talk to me about it. Now, another single parent can come and talk to me and say, hey, this is what I did. Just like Dee gave me some information when our last thing. I can deal with that because she was in a place of doing that. But am I going to take any information from somebody that hasn't been in my shoes or living in my shoes or walking in my shoes? No, because you don't know. I don't care about you raising your sisters. Your sisters are different from a child, period. I don't want to hear about, oh, I raised this person, I raised that person. No. Did you physically have a child? Whether you're fostering a child or anything like that, this is my whole truth. And you can't step in and say, oh, well, you're doing this. You're working too much. You're doing this. Is you helping me with my bills? Are you paying my rent? Let me know. Because if you are, then let me go ahead and step back. I won't pay half my rent. You pay the other half. And then I can do X, Y, and Z.
No. Girls don't like that either. They don't like that either. No, they
I'm talking about people as far as single parents that want to sit here and, well, other people that want to talk about single parents and they don't know the shoes that we step in on a daily basis. And I know other people, as I see on the live right now, there's people that's been doing it longer than I have. I'm 40 years old and I've been doing it for 14 years by myself, even during my pregnancy by myself. So unless you were in my shoes, I don't want to hear nothing from it because you don't know what I deal with on a daily basis. Like you said, trying to make sure we got food, rent on the table, X, Y, and Z. If you can't step in my shoes and really know exactly what I've been dealing with, I don't want to hear nothing from you. You have nothing to say, period.
Well, listen.
3 steps up.
Exactly. Nobody want to hear about the father that's better than a mother. No one ain't want to hear about that daddy. Nobody want to hear about him.
But that's in your case, though. Like we said, it's another
exception. All together.
It depends. It's an exception.
That's the problem.
Hold on, one at a time.
You don't know.
And my thing is this. You're it's not that I don't understand because I know.
You don't.
And what we said, can I talk? What I said was,
I hear some
it's a type of parent. It's a type of parent. I never downed a single mother. I never said a single mother can do better than a single father. That never came out of my mouth.
No, you didn't.
What I'm saying is, I did not want to focus on.
I did.
Okay,
I stand by that.
The thing is this. But you know what? No, what Melvin did. Anyway, it's all about the quality of the person that's parenting. It's all the quality of the parent that is like. We can be a 2-parent home and both parents are trash, and your kids can come out perfect with all this, or they can come out messed up. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. So for you, I just think that it shouldn't be taken too personal if you're the exception. Like I get it, but if you're the exception and your child is growing up and thriving and you're the best mother, I'm not even gonna put single mother on it. If you're the best mother you're being right now for that child, then anything that anybody is saying about, oh, the father does better or this and this and this, you shouldn't take it personal, because that's not your narrative. That is not your story. That's not, we're not talking about him. There's other people who are dealing with, there's single fathers, and the percentage is a little bit higher. There's single fathers out there who are taking care of their kids because the mother ran. The mother left. I have a friend right now, the mother left. Yeah, or that, but the mother of his kid left. She said she couldn't take it no more, and she left him with the kids.
I know a lot of those.
So so it's because he's not a mother, he can't take care of those kids. See, it all depends on the type of person, not the fact. Like I said, that when that woman came out and was like, "Oh, it's the single mother," I disagreed wholeheartedly. Like I said, she's using data she found to push. It's clout chasing, clickbait, and look at how it has some people acting. Not all women are like that. They're strong single mothers like y'all out here taking care of your kids. I applaud all of you, because you're not about the ones that are not doing what they need to do for their kids. And there are women out there who are not doing it.
So here's the thing about the statistics on both sides. Because again, so we're bringing a perspective, especially me and Quest, because you just heard his mom. We're bringing a perspective from kids who have, or from sons, especially men who have been raised by single mothers. So, so some of the things that I could tell you from the back end, from watching my mom having to get up, struggle, sacrifice, do this, do that, to put 4 kids through school, make sure 4 kids have food up on the table. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't know the sacrifices that, some of these men don't understand the sacrifices that some of these women have to make. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen my mom crying because she felt like she just wasn't doing enough, or she wasn't good enough. There have been plenty of single mothers who question whether they're not doing a good job. And so I think sometimes what happens is when people put up that single mother word, or they start talking about single mothers, I mean, I think it's tapping into their own insecurities, that they may feel that they're not doing good enough. And so they have to be defensive. And that's the one thing that we can all agree on, is that the mother's number one focal point where she's going to be overprotective is over her kids, and whether she's doing a good job.
But I agree with you, Ed, and I respect everything you said. But at the same time, you got to realize the struggle is there. So you witness the struggle. So if kids don't have to be in that environment and struggle, wouldn't they be more successful? Your story, your truth is for you.
But here's the thing. I can't. That's the ill thing about statistics, is because I can't say that. The one thing that I can say, hold up. But here's another statistic that I can flip, and I got him on here right now. My mom at one point was remarried, and she remarried my step pops. And again, so the reason why, and it's so funny that we're talking about single mothers and this and that, because I said such as much. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm a little intoxicated. On one of the last pods with the whole stepfather, bio-father thing. When the stepfather said, well, he's my child, and because again, we heard him say that, well, you ain't been showing up. Again, it's the same sacrifice that we've seen, that we've experienced. And when the stepfather steps in to raise another person's kid, I mean, again, he's seeing that and he's witnessing that. So I get another perspective of having the step pops for a while. They were together and he stepped in. So again, we're bringing perspectives. I can say yes, and I can say no. I can say yes, and I can say no.
Right.
I never had no children. I didn't have no children out of wedlock. I don't have a jail record. And I've tried to make some of my circumstances. There are certain people who will succumb to what they know, or some people who are overcome what they know.
Agreed.
And so we can't necessarily base it upon like a single parent household or a 2-parent household, because people's situations are different. A fuckboy is a fuckboy regardless, whether he got 2 parents, a single parent, whatever. And again, I think it's just because, again, people don't hold some of these men accountable for their actions. And so for the single fathers, there are women out here who feel that they're entitled, who don't really want to work. They're lazy. For the ones who don't want to take care of their responsibilities. It's all about responsibilities, and some people step up and some people they fold.
Yeah. Like I was saying, your truth and your story, I respect it. But it's anecdotal evidence. It's the evidence that you know, and it's your perspective. But when you look at the totality of what goes on, everybody's not as strong as you. Everybody doesn't have the same circumstances as you. There's a lot of people worse off than you. So when you take that into totality, everybody's not going to fare as well as you did. You're the exception to the rule. And so the anecdotal evidence there is you're speaking your truth about being raised by a single mother and then having a stepfather that raised you better than your normal father. And so that is different than what data shows for the whole United States.
But the problem
I think the triggering word here is single fathers. You know what I'm saying? I think when you add that in the mix, I think that's what's throwing everybody off. You know
and I would say, like,
I think single women don't like being compared to single fathers for some odd reason.
And I think the reason, though, for that, Quez, is that when you talk about, okay, married household, that's two people together, right? That's what
Love you too,
most
Kara.
people.
Thank
But
you.
when
All right,
you look
Kara.
at single mothers versus single fathers, there's just too little single fathers in the world compared to single mothers. So it's almost a statistic that can't really be added up. It's almost like saying, like, let's just say there's more Black people that exceed in basketball than there is, and than Black people that, or there's more Black people that succeed in cricket than there are that succeed in basketball. But most Black people will go to playing basketball. Very few will play cricket. So the two Black people that play cricket do exceptionally well because there's only two of them. And maybe, let's say 30 to 40% of the people that try and play basketball don't do well, but 60% of them do well. It's because more Black people are playing basketball than are playing cricket. So it's a statistic that doesn't really work when you say single fathers. Obviously, maybe two-parent households, the kids are probably richer, but single fathers versus single mothers, it doesn't really make any sense. There's like, I mean, I know some
It's
single
just-
fathers, maybe two, but like, you know what I mean? It's not a statistic I think that can be realistically matched up. If that
Okay,
makes sense.
so let me give you a real statistic that matches up. A real statistic that matches up says that majority of children that come from two-parent households are better productive citizens.
Right.
Simple and plain. I'm not saying Black, white, single moms, none of that. It's just statistically proven that majority of children that come from two-parent households are better citizens. They're better in school. They have more opportunities for advancement, and they're more socially connected with individuals. Now, I'm not saying that it's 100% right, but I'm just saying it's a statistic. And if you weigh the data, you have to acknowledge that. And, you know, when you put it up against a single parent household, the numbers are staggering.
Right. That makes sense.
What Melvin did make me do last night was go find me some statistics. I'm saying I had to go do my research.
No.
You threw me off last night. You know what I'm saying?
You did your research.
I don't know how to answer that.
But we're talking about mothers versus fathers, because
why though? Why are we talking about mothers versus fathers when we should be talking about?
And like I said, this is a
like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
right.
I'm not talking
it's
about.
It's a narrative that's being pushed.
I
if
understand
anything changes from here, it should be a narrative that should be destroyed. Is that a single mom is going against a single father? What it should be is, let's try to make sure whoever the parent is taking the best care of that child. That should be the number one point right there. Other than that, all this is just a narrative, and the statistics are pushing that narrative to where we're having these discussions, and they're turning in heated when they don't really need to be, as long as the child is being taken care of. We are letting the media.
We need to get back to that.
Yes, the media. Thank you, because this media is making us battle each other, but nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that this is all a push of the narrative, especially in the Black community. They've been pulling the Black man out the home since slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
And internet.
Oh, she froze. Damn.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's that vegan Wi-Fi.
Problem. We shouldn't be having this debate about single mothers versus single fathers.
Right.
The conversation should be directed towards how do we help our children get out of the statistic pool that we read below grade level. You know what I'm saying? That you know, we're more prone to go to jail. How do we fix that problem?
Right.
I think that's the conversation that needs to be had, whether it's a single mother or single father household. There's still a community of individuals around y'all. And I'm pretty sure that the single mothers can attest to this, because I know my mom had that community around her that saved me from so much. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be willing to accept the assistance that comes from the community around you, And some people are accepting assistance from people that shouldn't be around your children to begin with. Let's just throw that out there. We should be having a community of individuals, whether you a single mother, single father, whatever, homeless child. We should all be wrapped around that child, loving on them to make sure that they don't fall into that statistics category. Now we sitting up here arguing about who's better, single moms or single dads, which is a conversation that's fucking irrelevant when your kids turn out to be shit.
Yep.
It's parenting. It's just parenting.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Stability.
why are we arguing that? Instead of fixing the problems. To me,
Stability in the home. That's
I want to give you an opportunity. You could always jump in because I know I see you agree, disagree.
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
No, the topic started, Quest, is when the other day, it's not about me taking all of it personal. I only took the part that said when Melvin said that a single father can do a better job than a single mother. That's the part that I'm stuck on that I don't care for. I don't give a damn what statistics say. But that's the part that rubbed me wrong. There's no way I'm going to ever sit and say that a father can do more better. Maybe there's one that can be better than a mother. Some mothers, yeah. But to sit there and say, bottom line, that's it, they can do better, I don't agree with that. And and like Melvin stand 10 toes, I stand 10 toes plus 20 down.
Well, I think, and that's the wrong narrative, and that's
okay. But I didn't bring that narrative in.
No, I didn't say you did.
But regardless, it's
both parents are equally important. We know this, right?
Right.
But when we speak on, you know what I'm saying, what fathers can do to households, we get pushback about, well, I can raise them by myself. That's the narrative, right? I'm not trying to push that. What I'm trying to push is that both parents are equally important for very different reasons.
Exactly, I agree.
That should be the conversation.
I agree.
Like both parents are necessary, period, for two totally different reasons that construct the human being to be the better version of themselves. Right. Like, can we go with that then?
We can go with that.
Okay.
All I say is if you're presented with facts and you don't accept them, it doesn't change the fact that it's true. If I'm told
statistics
the
are
earth
not
is
facts,
flat,
honey.
And that don't, and the statistics don't mean shit. They don't.
No, they are.
Okay.
They are facts to a certain degree.
They can say black men are no good. That's statistics too.
I mean, but again, like Letitia said, like Quez said,
it depends on what you're talking about.
Letitia wasn't here yesterday.
She went back and watched the show. She saw
depends on
the
statistics, and it depends on where they come from. And if it's over a 20-year and it comes from a medical journal, then I'm more likely to.
What's up with the Wi-Fi today, man? Some of these folks
because they know that this
believe
is
that we're just sticking to what I believe.
That's why it ain't working.
No, because if we stick to that, we'll still believe the Earth is flat. Because you know what? I believe the Earth is flat. All I see is flatness. I'm not going to change my mind because all I see is the Earth is being flat, even though I'm presented with additional evidence.
Exactly.
To support the argument. It's just if this is what the data says, then why not change your perspective on it?
So my sister just looked it up. It only says 57% statistically that a father even participates. Statistically.
That's what I was saying.
Since we're gonna follow that.
That's what I was saying. It doesn't make any sense.
It says what? I'm sorry, I missed that. It says 57% of fathers do that.
Children actually, but 58% of black children.
She's reading it.
31% of Hispanic children are fatherless, and 20.7%
look up the percentage.
Are fatherless.
Look up the percentage of.
Hold on.
If they're so fatherless, how are black men better than?
Yeah. So basically, if the black men are so much better, if there's 58% fatherless, how are they so much better than a single mom?
Because if you look at
this is to Melvin.
Why are you fighting that?
This is to Melvin.
Okay, it it depends
Because
on how
Melvin's
you
still
ask
standing
the
on it. Your
question.
boy, y'all done directed to
Okay,
Melvin to cut it out. So I'm not gonna
so
back
of
down.
that
You back him
57%,
down.
if of that 57%, D, of eight and of the 57% of
Let me
single
put this on the
fathers,
speaker.
how successful are they compared to the 43% of mothers? And you'll see that 80%.
You don't have to do numbers. Numbers don't.
I
Don't
memorized them
matter.
for court. I memorized them for court, and
Yeah, no
And how
wonder.
long
I
ago
had
was not painting a full picture?
That's why
If you
he's
did
Yeah.
so
it for court.
passionate.
If you did it for court, you ain't painting a full picture.
no,
Exactly.
I had to
You have to.
read.
And how long ago was
I
that?
read over 300.
Only 33% of those fathers are even in the home. So your statistics is kind of skewed because 33% of them aren't even in the home.
That's what I was
Only
saying.
33% are
But
in the home.
but why aren't they in
That
the
makes
home? How many females say I can do it by myself or
Oh
stop the
my
father
God,
from being in
no.
the house?
We just talked
It's an
about
honest
fathers the
question.
other day. Everybody had.
Right.
we're comparing.
It's an
Okay,
honest question.
you're going kind of left
Listen,
field because you're
listen.
talking statistics. If you're going to say statistically that fathers are better, then you only going by that 33% that's actually in the home. So your
No,
statistics is
what
skewed.
I'm
That's what I was
saying is what I said is being a single mother, your child is more likely alcoholism. The struggle of that is different.
Yeah, girl.
You
Look it up.
what kind of
Okay.
podcast
Look it up.
is this? What kind of
Uh,
podcast is this?
Whoa. What we ain't gonna do is attack the
Look it up.
podcast. Again, so
Look
this
it
is a
up.
platform where everybody had their thoughts, views, and opinions. Everybody has an opinion. It's just like assholes. Everybody got one, and they all stink. But it's your opinion.
But if you go on
so this is
Google,
what
you
it
can
is.
find. If you go on Google, you can find the Earth is flat. It doesn't matter if it matters what you're looking up and the methodology and the statistics and the legitimacy of that data. So I can go and find the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat, but we all know it's not. I can Google that right now and pull up 1,000 different pages. So if you phrase it the question however you want it, you're going to get that information. And
Hey, hold
if
on
you're
one
phrasing,
second. Toothpick. Kia says, did anybody stop to think that maybe some of these women that say that I can do this by myself is because that the father made in the whole was emotionally, verbally, some way type of abusive towards them, and the children did anybody stop to think about that maybe there was a woman that said I can do this by myself, and did anybody look at those statistics? I'm not. Did anybody?
I cut out.
Is everybody?
You guys are frustrated, me, man. I ain't gonna lie. You guys are frustrated. Both of y'all, because I think we're straying away from the solution. We're spending so much time arguing about shit that doesn't help either party. Like
I agree.
Trade your ego in for the equity of these children. You guys are so egotistically attached to being right that you know what I'm saying. You're forgetting the whole focus is how do we make better children so that we can have a more productive community for us. Like we arguing about statistics on who is this and who is that and how many fathers in the home. Like let's fix the problem of the fathers being in the home. Let's start there. Let's fix the problem of why we have single mothers. Why don't we you know what I'm saying? Let's stop trying to love red flags out of people. You know what I mean? Like this is all part of the problem, but we're not finding any solutions because we're so focused on is a single father better than a single mother? Who gives a shit? Neither one of them should be single. If you have a child, this child should not have to pick and choose which parent to deal with. That's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? Why are we arguing these statistics that mean shit when it comes to, you know what I mean, sending your child out into the world? And we should be focused on how do we stop this from even happening to begin with. That's my problem.
Yeah, I said that. I agree. And I said places both parents. It's all about parenting. It's all about stability for the child, and it's all about like what struggles, alleviating any struggle that child has to being successful. But
you have to
my
remember
words,
too,
people
everybody's
focused on.
different. Every child is different. And like just being me in the district for over 17 years, I've seen it all. 2-parent households, 1-parent household. A lot of my 1-parent households was way better than my 2-parent households. And yet and still, as a parent of myself, realizing that everything is a CPS case. So everything is taken out of us as a parent, where we can only limit certain things, where we can do how we grow up. Yes, you don't have to beat the ass of the child all the time or whatever the case may be. But you might have 5 kids and one of them might need an ass whooping, and the other ones, as soon as you give them that look, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They let me straighten up. Mama ain't playing. But then you have the other ones where, hey, I might need to tap that ass right quick in order for you to understand mama ain't playing. So every child is different, regardless, like you said, whether it's a single parent, a single mom, single dad. Those two different things. But when you try to sit here and try to help the kids, a lot of times, even for me, it's almost out of my hands to do certain things to make sure my son don't end up a statistic as they put in for some of these black boys, period, just overall. Because, oh, we can't do this. It's a CPS case. Oh, I heard you yelling and screaming at your child. Let me go ahead and pull your child. Let me do this. Let me do that. I've don't talk to a lot of principals, deans, and everything. And our statistics, if you guys want to go there, when you look at our juvenile hall and all the different facilities with our kids in it, they have raised drastically just because of the fact that a lot of stuff with us trying to be parents have been taken away from us. Yes, I'm not sitting here saying you got to beat your child, but at the same time, some of them do need them. Like I said, I'm one of 6. The only thing I had an issue with was my mouth. I wasn't that stupid. I had 2 military parents. I wasn't playing that. I was going to have my teeth knocked down my throat, and my parents wouldn't care about going to jail. It was what it was. But now everything's a CPS case. You can't talk to them like that. You can't do this about that. And then you wonder why, whether you have a 2-parent household, some of these kids is out, got money, high incomes, but yet still your child is over here robbing banks, robbing this person, robbing that person, or X, Y, and Z. So regardless of what the household look like Marquez said, we do have to figure out a way to try to decrease some of our situations that we have with our black children overall, and just period, because it continues to happen. And the more we continue to allow it to happen, it ain't gonna change regardless of what household it is.
I mean,
and I've seen a lot of 2-parent households, and their kids are way worse than the single parents that I know. And this is
I think it's a lack of accountability. Again, we got people who are sit up there, and now I'm gonna play advocate a bit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna dig. You know, we got a lot of people who would say, well, not my son, or not my daughter, my kid, because again, I think certain people want to hold themselves in high regards and not actually look at themselves for what they are. So again, they make excuses for a lot of these fuck ups. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my son isn't doing X, Y, Z. He ain't handling his responsibility because the baby mama Shanique was doing X, Y, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it may be the case, but then sometimes I think maybe, they're not necessarily. I mean, I think sometimes it's a cop out. And sometimes they get caught up. So again, fuck boys and fuck girls can come in all shapes and sizes. 1-parent household, 2-parent household. So I guess like Quest was Quest is essentially trying to say is, why are we so focused on the single parent? Shouldn't we get back to the whole morale of putting together 2-parent households? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole focal point of what it should be about now.
That was the whole point of what I said yesterday.
Healthy, right?
What I said yesterday, everybody
you're saying putting two healthy parents together, but that don't still mean, regardless of what you do, we can say healthy all we want. At the same time, you could do what you got to do, and still have a child out there doing what the fuck what he should not be doing. No, it doesn't matter. Like you can have, you know what I'm saying? Like I agree with what they're saying, only because, like I said, I've been in the district for 17 years. I've seen it all. You have those two, what you think is 2 good parents, and you think they're doing everything that they can for their child. They're there for parent meetings. They're there every time that they have a sport or X, Y, and Z. But then that child decides to do whatever they want to do. Then what do? You sitting here getting them resources. You're doing this. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing as a parent, and both parents are there. I've seen it. You have the meetings. The principal meetings. Guess what? Both of my parents are in there. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing as a parent in this good parent, 2-parent household, and it still don't come out like you want it to.
I mean, the thing about it is it's never going to be perfect. But what I will say is, if you take the odds of 2 healthy people raising children, compared to one healthy person trying to raise a child, the odds are better that you get a more productive product. That's all I'm saying.
That's
I'm
statistics.
not saying neither here nor there. I'm just saying if we playing the odds game, you know what I'm saying? Like we already know for one, single parent household kids gonna fuck up, and both parent household kids is gonna fuck up. We see it all the time. We know that's gonna happen. But the odds are better in two healthy, productive parent households of your kid going on to be something compared to you taking this stride alone and saying, I got this shit, and the odds ain't there for you. It's like playing a backwards ass game. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a reason to be there. I don't know that reasoning. I'm just saying if I'm playing the numbers, you know what I'm saying, and I'm a thinking man, if I'm playing the numbers, I'm going to go with option B over here where it says creating a healthy environment with both parents in the household gives my child a better chance at going on to be great. I'm going to go with those odds over there. I'm not going to say fuck the numbers and I'm going to just be a single parent because fuck what they talking about. I'm not going to say that. That's my whole point to the argument. And then to add on to that, I think that a lot of the community has turned into don't say shit to my kid ass parents. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew running around back in the day, like if I fuck up and Miss Johnson catch me down the street, she might text
that ass
me,
up.
And then she gonna tell Mom do it.
And then you gonna go home and do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like I think this newer generation of parenting is on some don't say shit bad about my kids, even to the teachers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my wife go through it. She a teacher. You know what I mean? They well, ain't you supposed to control them? No, you're supposed to fix your fucking kids at the house before you send them to me. It's not my job to take care of your children at their school. Your children should have behavior issues and all that taken care of before they get here. And I'm supposed to inform them about the topics that we deal with. I'm not here to be a behavioral scientist. You know what I'm saying? But you know, people don't want nobody saying shit to their kids anymore. Don't you dare talk to my son.
I got a better question.
Correction and trying to tell you that your son is a little punk ass motherfucker and he's emotionally unintelligent and he cries about shit that shouldn't be cried about, and you want to come over here and coddle him, then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy.
That also goes with you guys were saying when it comes down to accountability, because I'm big on realizing, like I said, y'all know I've been in the district, so my son wouldn't do that. Yes, the fuck he did. Like, you know, X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
Big on, and don't get me wrong, we want to take care of our kids, but come on now, open up your eyes. No damn child a demon seed when they in front of you, and we can't snatch them up.
Agreed.
Because I be at work like, damn, I can't snatch this little boy up right quick, but they don't play with me either. And the parents already know because they gave me full reign. Here's my cell phone number. Let me know. I said they ain't gonna cut up. They know better. But we don't. But I had that rapport with some of the other parents and teachers, so they already know. But like you said, they come in there. The teachers are scared. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to teach a class. I'm scared of none of these damn kids. You got me all the way fucked up. Now,
right.
Right. So
that
hold on a
happens.
sec. Hold on. So I got a question for the single mothers on here. You know what I'm saying? Or for the single mothers out there.
There we go.
For the single mothers out there, anybody who's watching, hit the comments. If you want to come on, put the number 3. Because again, I mean, I hear the little slick shit that some people are talking. So if we want to start digging into some shit, let's start digging into some shit. So I want to talk to some of the single mothers or some of the single parents out there, fathers too. So I'm going to ask a legitimate question. And there's a method to the madness. Why are you a single mother?
I can start.
Go ahead.
I can tell you the first thing when I told him I was pregnant, and this was 3 months after we broke up. I didn't find out till I was like 3 months later after we broke up. I was pregnant. The first thing I told him is when he called me, I said, I'm pregnant. What did he say? Well, what are you going to do about it? That already told me from day one that he wasn't going to be around. I'm 25 years old. I don't believe in abortions. That's me. I'm taking care of my child. He's always had my cell phone number. My cell phone number to this day is the same. I've had my cell phone number for over 15 years. So it was his choice. It was his choice.
All right,
if he called me today.
Two picking that. Put a 2 pick. We're going to circle back. D.
What?
What's the attitude for? You good?
I'm saying what? No, you asking me a question.
So the question was, why are you a single mother? Give me a short answer.
Pussy, that's why.
What the fuck?
Cat's gotta
good
eat.
pussy, and that nigga wanted it.
Cat's gotta
What
eat.
else? What'd you say, Melvin?
I said cat's gotta eat.
You gotta get paid and whatever else.
Yep.
Hey, so yeah, well, I feel you, Mama Tucker. Like, whoa, like Black Rob said, whoa.
I love it.
Hey, yo, so sister in the background, is you a single mother?
Cynthia, what? You talking about Cynthia, my friend Cynthia?
No, I'm talking about the sister, your sister that you're rolling with.
No, she's not. She was married.
She was married, or she is married?
She's married.
Good.
Dope. That's dope. So you raising your both kids in a 2-parent household?
Mom, why are you a single mother? I'm curious.
You asked his mama.
You in the comments.
Why was your mom a single mother?
Yeah, my mom was a single mother because she made the choice that, hey, she can either keep her kid in this situation that's going on,
right,
or that she can remove, because again, she was the example that she set forth. She didn't want my sisters to think that, hey, this is how a man's supposed to treat you,
right,
in X, Y, and Z, nor did she want me to believe that this is how a man should be treating a woman. So my mom made that ultimate decision for herself. And again, at the same time, you know, she did leave that option. Go ahead.
That's good. So me, I was 18. So by the time I had my son, I was 19. So yeah, it was gonna be a struggle. Either I dealt with him and stayed a military wife, or I stood on my own. But when he got me and another person pregnant, then no, I'm not about to be with no dude that got somebody that cheated. I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather stand on my own. And that's from my father telling me more than my mother was telling me the same thing. My dad said, "You ain't never got a one from a dude, never." Mm-hmm. So for my dad telling me that, of course. So I knew.
So
I had a good man to follow.
So the reason why I asked, and the reason why I brought it up too, because again, it's about choice. It's all about choice, and it's about accountability. So I asked. Why are you guys single mothers? So the ones who stepped up and said, look, you know, it's because it was my choice, I applaud. Because the simple thing is that the reason why we're here where we're at right now, why we have so many people arguing and doing this, is because, again, they always want to place the blame on other folks, but not necessarily themselves, or want to take a deep dive or take a deep look into themselves. So again, for any type of breakdown that happened, it takes two. So again, when you made this choice to sleep with this man, you could have used protection. At the same time, you could have said no. So the reason why you're in this predicament, so the reason why people are in this predicament is because they made the choice to have unprotected sex. So
not all the time. Hold on, wait.
Hold on. Not all. Okay, well then I will backtrack. Not all the time, but there are even with condoms. Am I lying?
Okay, but why the dude didn't wear one?
So again, but still. So again, my thing.
Come on now, let's keep it 100.
We're keeping it a buck.
We ain't throwing a coochie like that. They in your ear. They love you so much. We're gonna build a family.
So
we're gonna do this and that.
I know as a man. I know as a man. I know.
For real, dog.
What they saying, D?
I said, let's keep it 100 for real. I lived it. So I already know.
I'm keeping it a buck too. And I'm telling you that if I make a choice to sleep with a woman, if I'm making a choice to sleep with a woman, if I'm making a choice to sleep with a woman with no condom, or if I'm making the choice to sleep with her, period, I know that there's some consequences that may come along with that. So you have to be man enough to ask yourself, like, look, okay, if I sleep with this mud duck right here, and I have this baby with this mud duck, and then we make some mud duck children, then I'm responsible for these mud duck children. I can either put on a condom, or I cannot sleep with this woman. It's called accountability,
bro.
That's what she keep on doing it. But if she stop at one,
you can't get pregnant.
To do it with him, but if she's stopping at one, not having kids,
and for the motherfuckers who keep doing this shit, that's the better question. Why you keep having children by these fuck boys, and then you end up in these situations? That's the bigger question that I would want to ask.
My son's father, I would never call him an F boy. That's one thing. I give him that much respect, you know, and I don't like him. But we get along, you know, like we should now.
Took off the
we was only 18 and 19 at the time. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna still get that respect because no one is perfect. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, well, what you made a mistake, or why didn't you do this and that? Because we thought we was in a damn relationship, going towards marriage. You don't know. Just like T, is her name T? Yeah. Like she said, you don't know until when you in a relationship or marriage. People don't know any of it. It could be a married person that goes.
So let me ask you. So were there any red flags? Did you see any red flags before?
No.
I'ma say I did.
Good. I got treated good. You know what I'm saying? I was taken care of. For me to be an 18-year-old, I was taken care of very well. When I gave birth at 19, he was doing very well taking care of me. He was going to the military, so we have a better life and everything. But then when the nigga slipped up, so that's why when it came out, I'm just not gonna stay with somebody that's gonna be, that messed around before we got completely.
I applaud you.
I'm not.
So, but I also heard you say too that you said this man had another child too.
Right, and it was a chick that messed with his boy and with him. If we're gonna tell my business.
Ooh, nasty.
I mean,
no. I'm gonna tell you all there because you said something about him having another child. So.
Jesus. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to listen to who's laughing.
It's me because I'm laughing at third. I can't with him. I can't with him.
What I do?
Please.
No, because she said that she said that the dude had another child. She said it earlier.
But my son and me and her was trying to say I didn't know her. I didn't know about that until the girl we went to school together. So she met. She was like the whole of the city, Rialto. So at the end of the day, it was his boy's girl, but they all just messed with her. Okay, fine. But she
no disrespect.
That had the better job. You want the one in and out, or you want the one that's
right
here. So who knows?
No disrespect.
Right now, but that's
no disrespect. No disrespect to that dude. No disrespect to that dude, but he was doing some fuckboy activity back then.
Yeah. Well, when you 18 and 19, hey, that's
again, and that's the thing is that we have to make room for mistakes.
It stayed that way, but see, his dad wasn't there for him, so that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I get that too. Again, we make mistakes. The thing is that I think, like a wise person said, like a person's gonna make mistakes. A dumb person is gonna keep making the same ones. You know what I mean? You learn from your mistakes, but we have to give room for people to grow and make mistakes. You should have made him put on a condom.
Okay, I thought I was in a whole.
No. So again, so the whole thing was about choice. It was still about choice. Whether you do it, whether you not do it, whatever, it's about choice. We made choices, and this is some of the things that we have to live with. So again, that's all that I'm saying is that sometimes it takes a deep dive to look, well, damn, for the ones out there who are having kids with fuckboys, I mean, and continue to keep having the same kids, because you get with the same type of niggas. I mean, sometimes you have to take a look at yourself. Same thing with the dudes. If you keep having a baby with the mum shwika, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and you keep having these babies, I'm just saying,
I was like, where do you think
they don't stay in the house?
Third is on 10 today, and I love it.
You said what?
So you saying if they don't stay in the household or stay with their child that they're a fuckboy?
Nah. Again, so you know what the definition of a fuckboy is? One who doesn't take accountability for his shit, blaming other people for their actions. It's everybody else's fault but his, and this is what the same nigga who is having these babies, whatever, is placing the blame on the single mother. Well, she didn't do X, Y, and Z, and it's fuckboy activity. That's the whole definition of a fuckboy. So again, I never said that shit, but I'm saying, like, if a man's not in the same household, but he's still handling his responsibility, he's still present in his kid's life. He ain't a fuckboy. That's called a fucking man.
Nope.
I agree.
Thank you for.
I will say that I did have red flags, which is why I deleted and dismissed his ass. But it was a little bit too late because then 3 months later, after I broke it off, that's when I found out I was pregnant. So it was already like too late. So I know for me, I've made my mistakes, but it took me like a year and a half before I decided to put him on child support because I wanted him to be physically there. That's all I wanted. I didn't want money. I
completely understand that.
I just wanted him to be physically there. Fuck the money aspect. But when I realized after a year and a half, 2 years, he didn't want to do that, I started doing what I needed to do for my son as far as that goes. Like, if you're not gonna give me money, we're gonna get the white people involved and we're gonna have them do that thing, and then I can put the money to the side for my son's college or whatever he wanted to do when he turned 18. That was what my thing was. But then I found out a whole bunch of crap once I got to court and realized that what I thought was child number 2 was technically child number 5. And
wow.
Yeah, and then after, yes, I got, so I found out that my son went from child number 2, thinking that he was the first boy, to being the second boy and then number 5. And then I just found out from the second oldest sister that there's 9 of them. So I'm a whole Maury Povich situation. Yes, adoration. I see your eyeballs, girl. Yes, honey, girl. I say a whole novel Maury Povich situation up over here.
Episode, yeah.
Thank God. I bless everything that my son has my last name, because he gave me his wrong last name. Like, literally, when I tell you he's going by his mom's maiden last name instead of his last name. Found out he was a registered sex offender. When I tell you, I don't the ringer.
And you know what?
Wow.
And this is after I dumped him, because I'm one of those ones, when I find out your name, I go straight to Megan's Law. But because he gave me the wrong last name, his name wasn't coming up in Megan's Law. So I was like,
that.
okay, so I'm a whole Maury Povich situation over here, like literally.
Not a whole Maury episode.
I got like 5 episodes over here.
Hey, hold on a sec. Hey, two pick. Mama Tucker, and we salute, because you are doing it. Mama Tucker, you back on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought you was going outside. What happened? Yeah,
I'm back in.
Leave your mama alone.
I'm back in. It was a short night. I got church in the morning. Anyhow,
that's what I was thinking.
You asked the question. So I was a young mom. I got pregnant at 15. Had my quest. No, you asked the question. I'm being transparent now.
Yep, let mama talk now.
You shouldn't have asked.
Right.
Sometimes you get what you ask for. So this is what you asked for. You're gonna get it in the public. So again, from a 2-parent military family, mom Christian, brought up and raised Christian, but I was naive, wasn't in these streets, wasn't nobody fast, trusted somebody older in high school, said trust me, got pregnant on the first time. And with them being in the military, he was like, they were getting stationed somewhere else, you gonna move with me? My mom and dad was like, his L to the no, because you don't know them people. They can get you out there, take your child. My parents wasn't having that. But one thing I can say, being a single mom can be a mistake, but it's also a choice to keep that child. So we've done the responsible thing of not aborting that child. I was 16, had my child, still finished high school. I didn't go to continuation school. I had a village around me that I sent my son to a neighbor, respectable neighbor that helped watch them when I was in school. My sisters and brothers, cousins, he was a little doll to everybody, but I still did the responsible thing. And yeah, it was tough being a mom, single mom, a young mom, going to high school, getting a job, started off in a little fast food jobs. Then I got into law enforcement, working at the jail. He can tell you that one himself. But, again, it is again on the foundation that you're brought on. Like, again, I said I was from a 2-parent household, military. So, again, you can't only go by statistics, because as Tisha has said, are for people who complete those statistics. And again, all of us ain't out there doing those census and those surveys, because they ain't coming knocking on our doors for those, because they wanted to go to the left. We stand on the right. So they wanted to benefit on their favor. They wanted to kick us as low class. All our sons are going to be in jail on alcohol and drugs. When the white people are out there making the drugs, the pharmaceutical companies are the biggest drug dealers out there. White pills, white people, the saltines out there, the 2 family dates, drugs to the kids, friends, and all of that. You got them soccer moms doing all of that. So, I mean, It is what it is, period.
There's so
You
many
can't
people
depict
out
this
there.
as
We
one
love
way,
you. We
a
love
Yes,
single
you.
mom as another way, a single dad as
Yes,
another
ma'am.
way. Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah, we
The
still here.
saltine, son.
What you said, Michael?
Yes,
I'm going
I
back and
didn't
getting
say
my car
nothing.
again.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I thank
Yeah,
you,
I
Mama
didn't say
Tucker. We
nothing.
appreciate you.
I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
your $3 you just dropped on us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Get some rest so you go to church.
I'm getting back in the car and going out for real this time.
No, you're not.
All right, Mama Tucker. We appreciate you.
All right.
Love it.
I mean, again,
Oh,
so
Lord.
the question was posed. And again, so shout out to D sister, you know what I'm saying? Wish you can come on too, but I think more so of the fact, one of the things is we need to hear from somebody who's been married, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does it take to stay married? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to start looking and asking questions is the people who are having these successful marriages or these long-lasting marriages, to come drop some knowledge for the people who don't know how, for the single moms who ain't experienced the marriage, or for those single fathers who ain't experienced the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think the reason why we have a lot of these single parent households is because people give up too easy. When the slightest thing happens, what I'm saying, the slightest bit of friction or argument or something, it gets blown out of proportion. Instead of dealing with it properly, you run and you start doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And this is taken away from, the abuse or even like the cheating, because the cheating can sit up there sometimes and can cause some health issues. You know what I mean? Especially if a guy's out there being unprotected with multiple women, you run the risk of putting your girl and then your children in harm's way. So again, we need to hear more stories about how to keep a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, for men, for us men, we need to hear from these men who have been staying married for long. How do we keep and maintain our wives? And for the women, you know what I mean, talking to her, how do I maintain to keep a husband? So therefore, we can get rid of some of this bitterness on fucking social media with all these dumb motherfuckers keep talking up some dumb shit.
I think that's why abortion is an option as well.
Sir, you just like stirring the pot, don't you? Is that what you're here for today?
No, but I'm hearing people demonize abortion, and I'm like, nah,
no, I got
not
you.
But like
everybody.
so many of the people here wouldn't be on this podcast if their parents took the abortion route.
There's nothing wrong with abortion, and a lot of people wouldn't be in jail if their parents just aborted them.
Yeah, but they'd be alive, Mel.
Is that a statistic?
But in jail.
This gonna be another topic.
But isn't jail worse than dead?
This is
There'll be less people in prison and people just have more abortions. Like,
no,
if
they're in jail for murdering 10 people, you're gonna tell me they shouldn't be aborted?
Who's in jail?
Well, some of those come from two-parent households.
There's tons of people. The school shooters. The school shooters. Most of them are actually
households.
No, most of them are single parents.
Jeffrey Dahmer had a two-parent household.
I don't think so.
They're just from a different.
I don't think that most of them were single parent. I think they were just white.
They sure won't. They sure they weren't. And I only say this because my degree is in criminal justice. I had to research a lot of serial killers, and that is not true. And I'm going to leave it like
serial
that.
Killer is
Serial killers, murderers, the same thing.
There's a difference from a serial killer.
It is a difference. But before you make that statement, like you've been doing all these statistics, I'm gonna need you to go read because at the end of the day, I have my bachelor's degree, and I've seen it's not just one parent households, honey. Majority of them do come from two parent households, and that's just from me.
But I don't think you saw my whole.
I know a fuckboy from two-parent household right now.
Everybody focused on one thing I said and not the whole thing I said, because I've mentioned that it's not just single mothers, it's the stability of the household. But people got triggered and simply focused on the one phrase, single mothers.
I didn't even go by single mothers. You said single house. You said single household. I didn't even hear you say single mother. I'm not even going by that. I'm just saying that
was the whole topic of yesterday's.
I wasn't on yesterday. I'm going by what you just stated right now.
Well,
so
that's what we're talking about.
Just stated right now.
That's what we're talking about from yesterday.
I'm going about today's conversation, and that's untrue about murderers and serial killers. That's all I was saying. Now, whatever happened yesterday, I can keep my mouth shut because I wasn't on it, so I can keep my mouth shut about it. I don't know what you said.
So there, like you said, there's a big difference. There's a big difference when you categorize murderers. Is it gang violence? Is it a serial killer? Is it a school shooter? They're all different categories that you can say, well, this person did this. And that's just the truth. So serial killers can be anybody. Jeffrey Dahmer, Marilyn Manson, not Marilyn Manson, what, Charles Manson. There we go. And the list goes on of all the prolific serial killers. It doesn't matter. It's what was in their head. It didn't matter their parenting. It was they were fucked up in the head. That's the difference.
Do you remember what you just said? Because you just said
And
they
there
came
was
from
one.
single-parent households. That's what you just said.
No, I said.
Am I wrong? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
No, you're
Is that
right.
what you just said?
You're
I
right.
said school shooters were single parent households. School shooters are different from
I
gang
thought that's
violence.
what you said too. And I like
said school
some serial
shooters.
killer stories. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So I be watching them because they don't be us. That's
No,
entertaining. to me.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That should be entertaining me. And I be noticing that they just be happy, wealthy Caucasian children.
Exactly.
You know what
With
I'm
two
saying? And
parents.
they start shooting cats and stuff. And you know what I mean? Anybody over here ever, just strangle the cat in front of their house or something? I think there may be some individuals that participated in that. No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
think,
either. But
I don't think
checking.
that's a parenting issue either. I think that's
Yeah.
a psychological issue. So that's the
No,
other
but
aspect
no,
of
I
it.
agree with Tanisha though. 'Cause I did think you said like no, most of them came from single parent households.
No, I said
I
the
was ready
school
to say
shooters.
like that's not true.
I was
You know
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
I was talking about the
I
school
think that's-
shooters, not the famous serial killers. The school
Oh,
shooters,
okay.
they or even like the one that they that shot up the Black Lives Matter, Kyle Rittenhouse. His dad isn't in the picture. His mom drove him to the damn place to shoot people with a
Right,
legal
I
gun.
got you.
So that's what I was saying. And
So no early animal abuse or anything had anything to do with that. Like
no, that kid was.
That's kind of a sign. I'm just saying.
That's kind of what. If we're talking statistics, that's kind of where it starts.
Statistically,
They started abusing
those are
animals.
Those
It
are
is definitely
serial
a sign.
killers.
It is definitely a sign because I've read about
See,
that.
thank
Yeah.
you. Somebody
It's
back
definitely
me
a
up.
sign.
with my
Oh yeah,
research.
no, you're right. That's a sign. Wetting the bed till they're like 10 or 12. That's also a sign. There's a whole bunch
Okay.
of a lititany of things that get categorized.
So pissy with a bad attitude. Okay. I
Pissy
got
with a bad attitude, pissy hands, pissy bed, and a dead cat. You gonna fuck somebody's life up.
I can't with y'all.
Wow.
Woo.
I can't.
Man.
I can't.
But I would like to also say that
Come
coming
on,
from,
adoration.
again,
When did you stop peeing in the bed?
late.
Are we really
15?
No,
asking these
late.
questions?
15.
No, real talk. Late.
Just trying to
All
find the
my
serial
brothers
killers
sisters-
here. You know what I'm saying?
The
I'm
first,
doing market
listen,
research
my
now.
parents
You know what I'm saying?
did
You
not
guys are all
know
part of my
that you were supposed to
statistics.
spank your kids for peeing in the bed until they went and met a military couple, and they were like, "Oh, we were peeing in the bed too." We were like 5, 6, 7. I'm not
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
but you didn't
we was
make it
getting our
to
ass
okay.
whooped. No, we was getting our ass all the way whooped.
Good.
Get your ass up and go to the bathroom. We was
Good.
getting our ass whooping for peeing
Good.
in the bed. No, no fuck
Because my
was.
parents didn't know they were supposed to do that, and the moment my parents said, "From now on, for peeing, y'all getting beaten," I stopped so fast.
Right.
And my older brother, he kept going. Listen, but let me say this though: as a
Did I
woman
stop?
who came from a 2-parent household, 2 amazing, God-fearing parents, yada yada yada. Everybody, I mean, people would drop their kids off to get raised by us for a couple months just because we were And like I said, I still have 2 brothers and sisters that are just bad as they want to be. I'm just being honest with you.
Some
At the
people are
end of
just
the
like
day, At the end of the day, it is up to the child.
that.
And I heard one guy say it very clearly. He said, "I had a drunken father, so of course I became a drunkard." And the other brother said, "I had a drunken father, so of course I went the other way." So at the end of the day, we get the raising that we get, and we make the decision that we make. That's what I have to say. Honestly. Yes,
Amen.
the raising goes to the kid.
What up,
but I can tell you
Kendra?
right now,
Kendra,
Amen.
that I
what
got
you got
brothers
for
and
us
they got a
today?
completely different story than me.
Agreed.
They
I
were
forgot.
neglected, abused,
Huh?
yada yada yada, and
forgot.
they're bad as they want to be because
You
that's
Amen.
just what it is.
Huh.
And I'm just
I-
saying,
Hey, thank you,
agree with
adoration.
you
Hold on.
100%.
Quiz, what
I'm
were you
not saying
saying?
we didn't get you, Melvin. I'm
Hold
just
on,
saying
hold on,
that's
say
just-
No,
y'all.
no,
Hold
I
on,
agree with
say
you
y'all.
100%.
Hold on.
We
I agree
got
with you
it for my
100%.
research
Hold on.
purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So Kendra, when did you stop peeing in the bed? And did you ever murder some small animals in front of your house when you was young?
I never peed in the bed.
You ain't never peed in the bed.
You a lie.
I mean,
Everybody peed in the bed one time.
I didn't. I did not.
Hey,
Man.
look, she wasn't playing no games. We stopped.
She ain't playing no game. She ain't playing.
What about
How
the
small do
animals?
the animals have to be to count?
Whoa. First off, Kendra, I want to give you a compliment. I love your hair. I love the fact that you threw that nasty looking cowboy meanie in the trash, or you used it for toilet paper, whatever you did with it.
I'm still
You
in
look
the cowboy
great.
room.
You look great.
Cowboy gang.
Kinda, I guess.
My office is my cowboy cave.
All right, what's your 3 cents, Kendra?
Go ahead.
On what? Because we talking about piss and cats. So what are we talking about?
How
I'm sorry,
small do the animals have to be to count?
Maybe that one was on me. I apologize.
Yeah, a little bit, Quez, a little bit. So, how do you feel about the single parent household? Or I guess you kind of missed. Never mind. You kind of missed what Melvin and what the whole discussion was. Let me ask you guys a question. You know, it's kind of like off topic a little bit. I'm gonna start off. Quez, you can shoot it off, Eric. But the question is, why are you here on this podcast?
Oh, damn, we went way to there.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Like, I was trying
we can bring it back.
It's interesting topics. Some of the topics are interesting. It's good to have adult conversation.
I appreciate that.
I like that answer.
Quez, why are you here?
Damn, nigga, quit saying me.
He said, "Quit calling my name."
Right.
Well, fine. You was raised from a single parent household, man. You was raised from. Why you all emotional? Raised by a single parent. That's a statistic right there. Hey, adoration.
Play with y'all tonight, man.
So why are you here?
Lighten the mood.
I'm here.
But no, I'm definitely here, man, because you had a good idea, and you brought it to life, and you know, at the end of the day, I consider myself a leader, but every leader knows how to be a great follower. So, you know what I mean? I can always jump behind a good plan. And my mission is to make sure you're successful, especially since I'm attached to it. You know what I mean? I just want to see you grow and watch this thing evolve into everything that you said it was going to be from the beginning. And I'm happy to help facilitate that. And that's my answer. And it's fun for me. You know what I'm saying? I get to come on here and have a great time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we get a little heated every once in a while, but it's all informative to me. It challenges my way of thinking, and hopefully I challenge some other people's way of thinking. And it's just healthy conversation, healthy dialogue for the most part. So that's why I'm here.
I appreciate that. Adoration.
I mean, I'm here originally because my friend had a podcast. He supported me with my book, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I realized, like, I feel like, especially being all the way over here on the other side of the world, I'm connecting back with like other Blacks. I mean, of course, I know other Black people, but it's not as much. And then I feel like Black people, we need to set our own narrative. Like I said, being all the way over here, you'd be surprised how many opinions people have about Black people, Black American people in particular. Just on every line, it's almost comedy. Like, I'm like, have you met one Black American person in your life? So I feel like a lot of these podcasts, whether they're run by white people or Black people from other countries, it's always directed negatively at Black Americans for some reason. It's like we're the talk of the town, we're the talk of the world, and I know why. Because we are, I mean, who we are, really. And people look at us and they look up to us, but it's like they look up to us to look down on us, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense, but like, I will meet people that will school me on how terrible Black American women are, and they never met one in their life. And I'll have people, you know, even tigers. Now, maybe they met some Black guys that came over here, but they're telling me, oh, how deadbeat Black American men are. I'm like, okay, you had 2 Black American customers, and now you know the 911 on my brothers. Who are you? And it's just, so I kind of like the podcast from Black Americans about Black Americans. We can speak for ourselves. And it's funny how when I look through a lot of podcasts and I'm thinking, oh, wow, Black Americans, then I find that these people aren't Black American at all. People in the comments aren't Black American. The people talking aren't Black American, but they're always talking about Black Americans. And so when I came on the podcast, just, you know, I used to just comment. I was like, I said I've never been on podcasts because people just talk and say random stuff and people just start following them. But I saw like, hey, at least we are speaking our own truth. You know what I mean? We're talking about the scenarios. We are Black people. It's not some random person from, you know, Asia or Europe somewhere or the Middle East talking about Black Americans. Da, 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 da. They never met none in their lives. They just got all the stuff to say. So I don't know. I feel like it's a much healthier situation because all the podcasts are targeted at us, and yet there's few of us that actually have a podcast to have an open dialogue. So I don't know. That's why
There we go.
I continue.
I appreciate you.
Hey, people are asking about your book in the comments too, Adoration. If you want to shout that out.
Okay, yes, I'll put that in there. I gotta.
You can put
How
it
do
in
I
the
join
comments.
this
No, go
chat?
ahead. Go ahead and say
Say
the
it out
title.
loud.
Say the title.
It's called Adoration of Love from a Girl's Emotion. I know it's long, but it's a nice book.
There you go.
Is
Adoration
it
of
on
Love.
Amazon?
It is. It's on Amazon.
Hey, put the link in the page so we could all
Okay,
go check
in
it
the
out.
comments, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the comments so we
Put it in
can
the comment right here on this platform, so it'll
So
go
we
to
can
all like
support your
YouTube and
book.
it'll go to Facebook.
Okay.
All right, Mole Gang.
Oh, what's up? What up?
Why you here, cuz?
To support you. That was one thing. You had a good idea. We were just talking about. We had our own what was that? DMs with several other people, like-minded people, but they didn't want to, venture out to the podcast world, and you actually made it happen. I enjoy like the civil discourse between people. I like Quez said, especially Quez, because he challenges a lot of my positions, and it either forces me to reinforce my position or change my position totally, because now I'm given new information that I was wrong before. So now this is the right way, or a new perspective on things. So I never believe I know everything, and the more knowledge that I can get and from other people makes me a better person. So, and I want to uplift other people as much as I can. So,
Word. D.
Hey, sorry, I was on mute. But the question was the reason why I'm here. Is that what the question was? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm going through the hills, and it was going in and out.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, I'm here. It's the same. Me and you had a conversation, and you had a good follow on or good topics on your page, and I kept telling you let's just go ahead. Do it. Do it. I don't know if you ever remember that conversation, because I also stated that let me know if you need me to put in or bring people in as far as getting equipment, getting a studio or whatever. Come on, just put your foot out there. You ain't gonna know until you do it. I've done them before, so that's I didn't mind coming on and giving my. Excuse me.
No, that's your feedback, I think, from your car. Anybody saying that we listening?
Oh, sorry. And then so I thought that okay, I can give some positive knowledge as well and keep everything 100. I can only speak from experience, not hypothetical things. So I thought if it's gonna be keeping it 100, yeah, it will be a good podcast. So you let it grow, and then it's always you got to keep both the women and the men. And after you asked me to come on, I had no problem. Sure, why not? And I'm always keeping 100. So, I'm gonna support you. Why would I have not? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
No doubt. No doubt. T, why you here?
Me unmute myself. My bad. Let me see. There's a few things. First of all, well, I've known you since high school, but it was good to reconnect where we were reconnected at. And to be able to see where you were, where you're going, and where you continue to go. I like the platform and being able to listen to other people's opinions. It's also a relief factor for me, like being able to get out some of the either, I don't want to say negative, but some of the things that has happened, being that the fact that it is my truth and being able to put it out there for others, people can learn from it. I can learn from other people that might be dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with. So even if some people don't go to counselors or therapy, it could be almost like a therapy session for some, because we all have a lot of intellect and a lot of dialogue that we all might not have dealt with or we're seeing for ourselves. And like what's his name, Mo Gang said, like, you're learning, we're for me, it's like you can always learn something else. You always can educate yourself, and it can help you look on the outside looking in instead of always looking on the inside looking out. And when you're on the inside looking out, you always going to see your perspective as being right, you know. And so when you actually have other people like, hold on, wait a minute, why don't you look at it at this way, you can always be able to see stuff in a different way. You might be able to change, okay, well, maybe he was right, and or X, Y, and Z. So I also, for me, consider it as another therapy session type of thing for me, because I can release my opinions without we can have a debate, but it's still a healthy debate. And go back and forth without, oh my, you know, cussing each other out or X, Y, and Z. And I'm really one of those ones, you know, I have nothing to hide. As y'all know, y'all damn near know almost all my half stories. So I have nothing to hide, because they can help somebody else in the long run. You know, as far as being a single parent and doing things, I can help people in an aspect. There's other avenues and aspects of me that has came out in the discussions that you have had. You know, when you posted it before you started the podcast, I would answer on the Facebook and damn near have a whole paragraph on there. So
Right.
I like where it goes. I like we can be able to have these discussions. Everybody has different opinions, but you can also be able to see where other people are coming from. And so I do like that aspect of being able to see different things from other people's light, because I might see something different than others. And another reason why I'm here is because I don't have to work tonight. So that's why I'm you know, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not here, it's because I'm working. You know, I gotta make that money. But anytime that I am available, I'm always on here. Like, period. Whether you're in my ear and I'm cleaning, I'm always gonna support.
I appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate you, sis.
Anytime.
Why am I here? We've known each other for a while, and then we linked back up on Facebook, and I started watching your podcast, and I was like, you know what, this is a good place to where I can air out some of the things I've been through without judgment. Y'all were cool as hell. Like, you have discussions, and then afterwards, it's like you didn't even have these discussions. Like, they got heated, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody's still friends, everybody's still cool. It was a safe place for me to express how I went through certain things as a child, and there was no judgment. There was no, you know, any type of questions to make me feel uncomfortable. So that's why I'm here. I really believe in this forum to be an open discussion place for people to come in, you know, share their stories, get advice, learn things from other people without judgment and without having to worry about, you know, fighting and arguing, like she said, cussing each other out. Like, you know, we've had discussions to where we didn't 100% agree, but I can go once the cameras are off and we're done with this, like, I'm done with it. Like, I don't carry any of that stuff with me, and you guys have never done that with me either. So that's why I'm here. And also too, with you being my friend and noticing, I can see where this can go, and any help that I can provide for you to take it to the level that you're trying to take it to, I'm here. That's why I researched the stuff. Some stuff I sent to you might be petty, because we might have a petty show. Some stuff I send you might be like, this might be a discussion, you know, and I'm all for all that research and everything, because I really believe in where this can go. I can see it. So that's why I'm here. I'm stuck with you until you kick me off, which you better not, 'cause I'll hit you in the throat. Yeah.
You can't read.
Well, damn.
I'm a Sagittarius, petty and violence.
Can't read. We're gonna make an exception for the rule for maybe. No, thank you, Tisha. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. No, I'm done. You know why I'm here, so it's all good. Yeah.
Well, we got AJ on here with no with no camera.
No, we gonna give Pops a pass, man. You know what I'm saying? Let him get his issue off. He been in the comments heavy. How you doing, sir?
I am far too pretty to get on here live. I don't think you guys can handle the web traffic.
Wow.
So, but
Wow.
what I want to say is, I am absolutely inspired by seeing young people with vision, and I see all of your vision, and I see all of you, moving forward with a goal to make things better. And you may want to think that that's something simple, but for somebody like me looking at this who has way more past than I have future, it's inspiring because I'm thinking you guys are going to take it forward and it's all going to be good. You guys are an
I
inspiration to
love
me,
that.
and I'm going to stay with it until I'm done being inspired, which I don't think that could ever happen because you guys re-energize me with every episode.
Good,
I
good. It's good to hear.
appreciate that.
Nice.
Well articulate. Really articulate.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
You went to school?
And you know what? I'm inebriated. I'm more inebriated than you are.
What?
He drunk.
Pull out
So-
the dictionaries if you don't know what he's talking about. You understand? Don't worry, don't worry about it.
Mm-mm.
No,
We'll
so
put the cliff notes in the comments.
hey Jamal,
Hey,
we
what's up,
get mad
Jamal?
at you. We get mad when you're not here, man. We appreciate you. You support. You share the links. You put the videos up. You do everything. You support even when you're not here, and I appreciate you.
Good.
The
good.
reason why I asked in part is I'm playing off of D's sister comment, like what type of podcast is this? Because again, it was one of those things where I've been hearing slick
You
shit.
can't take that personal
No.
because you didn't hear the whole thing. So you can't
No.
take
So
that-
again, it was a good question that she had brought up, because again, prior to this, it's been more people talking shit like, well, what's this and this and that, and I'm here to chit chat, but we keep moving forward, we keep going forward. So again, I wanted to reiterate the whole purpose of this whole thing was, I'm a rapper. I do music, I act, I do other stuff. I'm in the process of writing a book.
Sell drugs.
Hey, don't forget the bean pies. He was on bean
Never.
pie.
Yeah, I sell bean pies and insurance and incense now. But the thing about it was, again, this whole thing started off with just pretty much, it was started off by accident by me, Quez, Melvin, and a few others, Rashard, Daryl. We had a discussion that got heated. We shared it onto the platform, onto the regular platform, and everybody got an insight and didn't know that Black men can have these conversations and that we're so passionate about some of the stuff that we talk about. And so I kept getting hit up like, oh, you should start a podcast, you should do it. And I did not want to, but I kept hearing people repeatedly saying it. So I started researching it, started doing everything and putting everything to try to build this up. Because if I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do it half-assed. And then the one thing my grandfather taught me is if you're going to do it, try to be the best. Try to be the best. So if this is a platform to where people, it can help people, it can reach people. If they need different insight, they need different perspective. If they need to even reach or network, because it's been a whole thing of Black folks networking, then this is what I wanted to do. And I wanted to do it for y'all. So some of the negativity, that's why I say kill the negativity, because that's not what this shit is about. If you ain't coming to bring nothing positive to this shit, you got negative energy for this shit, then don't step onto this shit. And then if you're going to come for me, then come. But just know that if you come for third, I got smoke. And when it's all love, I'm going to shoot you down, but I'm going to put it in love. So it wasn't for D's sister. This is just for the other folks that have been talking shit. Or if you feel some type of way about me. I guess the more
moral of the story
is, if you don't like me, you can kiss my ass.
Moral of the story, you like to come, right?
What the what?
Oh,
hey, whoa.
Well, you said come like 6 times in a row.
Brother,
so like,
hold on.
The nigga like to come. That's all I heard.
Sorry, Pops. We have a future.
He said come 5 times. I've heard less in a porno. I heard less
we have a
in
retired
porno.
military guy / future porno star. He's gonna be an OnlyFans sucking on toes
Only
with hot
feet.
sauce,
Only
corn.
Said whole feet. No comment. No
Hey,
comment.
you can't get pregnant from sucking on toes. That's all I gotta say. Can't get
Jamal,
pregnant
you
from
start-
sucking
you
on
started
toes.
off- I'm gonna clip that. I just hope y'all know. I'm clipping that one.
Gosh.
I'm sure.
I
clipping that.
can't.
But yeah, so
can't.
but if for the people who are talking shit, not anybody on here, for the people talking shit about single mothers, that shit definitely has to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I mean, the sacrifice that I see some of these women go through, I mean, it's a trip. And yeah, we talk about some of these people in social, I guess to a certain extent, social media is ruining relationships because we have some of these people who are putting out false narratives or I'm not doing this. I'm not going to Starbucks. I'm not going to Cheesecake. I'm not. But they're missing the whole fact of a connection and trying to actually build. The whole purpose of you trying to date is to essentially marry and procreate, to have children. You know what I'm saying? It's not just to go ahead and just to put another tally underneath your belt or to get this booty and get that, whatever. If you're dating, you're supposed to be dating with a purpose. And if your purpose isn't marriage, then what the hell are you there for? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we make mistakes. So, I mean, single mothers, single parents, period. I mean, shit happens. So I think sometimes, I mean, they're already feeling the weight of the world themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that people try to put, you know, more shit on them. Because again, I mean, like I said, Quez can attest to it. I can attest to it. I mean, the things that we see single mothers go through, I mean, it's something to applaud. And when you think about it, and I didn't really respect it. I didn't respect it until I became a man on my own. I didn't have more compassion for my fathers until I became a man of my own, to know that, yo, this shit is freaking hard. And if you're not really well equipped, I mean, you're either gonna rise to the occasion, or you're gonna buck, or you're gonna fold. Some people aren't really ready for this shit. They say that they are, and they chew off more than what they can handle, and then they fold. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that, you know, you can't sit up there and turn your life around, because I've seen it happen. I've seen people go from being shitty, you know, to sit up there to being great people because they learned from their mistakes. They took accountability for their actions and know that, hey, I fucked up, and now I have a chance to actually make things better. Every day that when you wake up, you have an opportunity to make yourself better and to grow and to learn. And so shout out to the people who are picking themselves up. Shout out to the people who are feeling down. Shout out to the people who are feeling the weight of the world. Just know that you're not in it by yourself. You got people cheering from you from a distance, and we're rooting you on, and we encourage you to actually do better.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think the responsible message, you know what I mean, out of that is, you know what I mean, you got to take some accountability and be responsible for your own life, and let's get up and get it, man. Yeah, you could always turn it around.
Yeah,
you don't have to be a shitty individual your whole life. You can always fix it, but you have to take some accountability in what happened. You know what I mean, beforehand, and decide to make it. You got to get mad and make a decision. You know what I mean?
And you know, for the young people moving forward, I just want to let you know, you don't have to complicate things. Reefer is spelled the same way backwards and forwards. Thank you.
Bars.
That's true though. Wow. I
He's a damn diabolical genius over here. I grew up with my version of 50 Cent right here.
Bars.
I see it. I see it.
Y'all ask me why I am the way I am.
Now we know.
Why I wake up some days and I look for a fuck to give. I can't find it.
Kind it.
That right there.
The story of my life.
That's hilarious.
We appreciate you, Pops. Anybody else got announced open mic? Anybody got anything else to add? They want to say?
Oh, I think that I'm not sure if this was a topic, but I think it was the last topic, and we kind of got off into another concept. But is the music messing up our kids?
Yeah, we're not gonna start that tonight. We already 2 hours.
Yeah, no, but the music's
I don't want to do that to your adoration, but
we're gonna put a toothpick in it, like Edward say. We're gonna put a toothpick in that.
Say to close out the show. That's what we try to do. We try to close the thing on up.
We're gonna toothpick it. Okay.
It's 12 o'clock in Atlanta. You know
We're gonna put a dildo in it.
I can't stand
this dude.
What are you doing, sir?
Anyway. Hey, so I'm glad we did this one. I'm glad we did this show. We have to come back and
you heard after hours.
This is it right here. So we had to come back because again, things kind of left on the sour note yesterday, and I had to end it because I had obligations, all this other. But so we had to come back and have an after party, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate for each and every single one of you guys helping to make this platform. Every one of you guys on here, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make it continue to grow.
Thank you for making my Saturday after my birthday entertaining. This was
Sagittarius gang.
What a way to
get coming up next Friday.
That's right.
It's still Sagittarius season. we're like the greatest
It's-
over here. Sack season
it's-
never ends.
Yeah, it's gonna end when the next year. That's when it's gonna start. But we really be up all year.
Oh yeah.
All year.
Kendra, I gotta say,
Yes.
man, you look great without that ugly ass cowgirl hat.
Oh
Damn.
my god.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Did you get that hat from Carl's Jr. with the logo, the star, the famous star? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
okay. Talk your
This
shit.
man.
Talk
Who
your
are
shit.
y'all
Isn't your
playing
team
tomorrow?
bankrupt? Isn't your team bankrupt?
Exactly. At least ours is doing better than
Oh,
yours.
poor ass team. Can't even get a real quarterback. Bankrupt ass team.
on that.
Wow.
You know what? You know what I have the power to do?
Wow.
You know what I have to
Oh wow.
Let's remove this nigga from the stage.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
I should have did that a long time ago.
All the heat for y'all tonight, boy. He is not playing with
Oh
y'all.
my gosh. Who are y'all
Man.
playing tomorrow?
Oh,
We're
Eagles.
playing.
Okay.
We're playing.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles,
Yeah,
man.
ooh,
Eagles.
that's gonna be a
Yeah,
good
we
one.
about to whoop that ass, honey.
Let's go.
Get ready.
But that's about to be a good
Yeah,
one.
you know, I'm
We're
Green
playing the
Bay fan,
Vikings.
man. Green Bay all
Get
day.
ready.
Let's rock out.
But yo, this has been a real one. We'll be back next Friday. Like I said, any reason I can use to turn up. It's Kendra's birthday. So I'm gonna be somewhere with a bottle right here, you know, having a conversation with y'all.
You're always with a bottle.
Yeah, I'm
Period.
traveling.
That ain't new.
next week.
That is not
Right.
new.
My apple
You're
juice.
always with
Nothing
something.
new.
My wine
Apple
is
juice
almost
gone.
gone. Let me finish my wine. Let me do that.
Right. Hopefully, I could jump on before I get on the plane or after.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
I'll be shooting out to Vegas for my son's birthday.
Hell yeah.
His birthday on the 15th as well.
Sack
So,
gang.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
He turned 18. He finally out my pockets. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hey.
And,
I don't know who told you when they turn 18, they come out your pockets, honey.
man, I mean,
Say it.
You gotta
Say
keep them
it.
out.
He gonna still be in
Say
their
it.
pockets to the day he
I
passes
know
away.
it.
You already know.
He didn't turn this stuff into school to. Hey, Dad, I need $10 for gas.
Yep.
Yeah, nigga,
Yep.
yeah, you got to put gas in the car. They didn't tell you that part. You know what I'm
Since
saying?
when does $10 help out gas?
That part.
Yeah, you don't just get in
$10
and drive.
is
You got to put gas in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
$10 2 blocks.
Right.
Okay,
Quit buying
please
hot
tell me
Cheetos.
where.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
gotta go so I can put this
Nothing for
$10
gas
in my
anymore.
gas tank.
I know
Shit.
that's
Yeah.
right.
If I don't see y'all next Friday, man, happy birthday, Kendra. Y'all enjoy
Thank you.
yourselves, man. I love y'all. It's a beautiful thing.
You know,
I love
and we
what we got going.
might do a recording one for anybody who wants to come through, we'll shoot you a private link. We'll do a recording one maybe Thursday and we'll air it Friday. You know, if we can't,
okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's just not the same
I
without
don't want to
Quiz.
mess
You know
up
what
the
I'm saying?
algorithm, man. You do what you do.
Hey
You know?
man,
I'm trying to make
hey
it on
dog,
here.
hey, cut,
Hey,
hey.
he's
It
trying
ain't the
to
same without
incorporate
you,
you. Can
cuz.
you like it? Can you
Wait,
love
and he is doing what he want to do. The boss has called it,
Damn, G.
so
Right.
we just gonna follow. We be telling, yeah, let him do what
He
he
trying
do.
to
So
incorporate
Thursday,
you. Just take it with all the love.
He don't
and
want to
like,
be
I
here no
got you.
more. He's come with that negativity, man. The negativity.
Not the negativity.
How a chocolate dude
yeah,
over
the
here acting light
negativity.
skinned, you know?
Oh, he said
Yes,
you on
yes,
that.
yes.
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure.
Hey.
I'll
He
be
said you
sure
on that.
acting
I'll be
nigga. Ain't you
sure.
supposed to be Idris?
We dark
Okay.
people have to stick together. We dark people have to stick together.
I thought we were wrapping this up. Like, what?
Melvin said we black. He said we dark people
Are
need
you
to stick together.
sleepy? Do you got a curfew?
Yeah, let's wrap
You
this up.
sleepy?
man.
You got a curfew?
Yeah.
Wrap it on up.
He has to
Wrap it
turn
up.
light skin. He has to turn light skin by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, Jesus.
I
So
got
he got a
church in the
curfew.
morning.
Got
You
it.
know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
he got
I
a
got
curfew.
Yeah,
church in the morning.
he has to go back to his chocolate skin by the morning time. You know what I mean? But right now he's
Yeah, I gotta
light skinned.
re-energize my chocolate. You know what I'm saying? You drug it all out of me today.
Man, but again, it's been real. We love y'all. Thanks for coming to the Drop Your 3 Cent after party, after hour, whatever you want to call it, the open mic. You know, we'll be back next week sometime. We appreciate you. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.